So next we will do the global settings or general settings, you can say, related to our company code or related to our finance. So here what we are going to configure. First thing, when we are going to map, let's talk about accounting point of view, or when you are maintaining your books of accounts. I'm not talking any application point of view. Whenever the transaction will be posted, what is the purpose of the posting the transaction? We are posting the transaction, we want to report it. So when we will report it, that means you are going to prepare your income statement and balance it. So that I want, like we will prepare the transactions, your records will be reported in one particular financial year. So that means for this year we have recorded this many transactions, these are our closing balances, and these are our balances we transferred, we are going to carry forward to P&L or balance it. This is the purpose here. So whenever you are going to post any transaction, the transaction will come under a particular financial year, whether you are going to manually record it, whether you are going to record in any software, everywhere we need the financial year. That is, we are saying that accounting year, financial year, assessment year, anything you can say here. So in SAP also, we have to maintain the financial year. So there are different formats are there for the financial year point of view. Suppose I will, like in my case, I'm operating, like I have taken here my operation as India. So my reporting period will be April to March. Any operation in USA, so that will be Jan to December. So these are my different periods. So that means within one financial year, we will have multiple posting periods will be there. So posting periods actually we don't need for the reporting purpose. Posting periods are control parameters so that we will control the transaction whenever user is going to post the transaction. But for the reporting purpose, we need the financial year. So here you can see two formats are there. One is your Jan to December, that is we are saying calendar year. This one is non-calendar year. So in non-calendar, there is no standardization. Configuration of calendar year, very simple. That means you are declaring we are going to take Jan to December as our reporting, and system calendar also going same. So just you define this is calendar year, everything sorted. We are not going to do anything. But whenever you are going to take as it is non-calendar year, then in that case, we have to do some further configurations. Because for example, we can take here April to March in any country. They can take, let's say, June to May, July to May, July to June, anything here, anything can be configured. So there is no standardization. So as per the country's need or as per the statutory requirement, we have to select whether it is calendar format we are going to follow or whether it is non-calendar format here. Okay, so this maybe you can configure or you can use system delivered parameters. System is providing this fiscal year configuration, that is K4. It's 2-digit you need to define, and this non-calendar, multiple options are there. This one is the best one will be V3. So in my case, this V3 is applicable. So two formats are there. Next, how many posting periods we are going to take? It's up to you how many posting period you are going to define. That means you want to specify all your transactions control point of view. This will be our posting period. Let's say any company, they will say we will go for, hypothetically I'm saying, we will go for quarterly posting. That means in every period we will take a combination of 3 months. That is also possible. They will say we will take a combination of 2 months. So that means in that case, how many posting periods will be? 6 posting periods will be there, and in each period 2 months will be there. If they will go for quarterly, then 4 posting periods will be there. But in real case, if you'll see, you will find 12 posting periods. That means monthly we are going to record it, or monthly we are going to control it. There is another way is there. Weekly also we can control it. You first create one monthly basis, then I will tell you that one. Just once you will get the familiar. So here we are going to take monthly. That means how many posting periods will be there? 12. After 12 also we need some more posting periods. Okay, you just imagine there are certain costs. So what is our financial year? Your financial year is, in this case, your financial year is 2021, which is starting from 1st January 2021 till 31st December 2021. 21. In this case also it is 2021 our financial year, but this will start from 1st April of 2021 and it will end with 31st March of 2022. So in both cases we will take 12 posting periods, right? Now when you are going to define this one, so 12 posting periods are there. Now let's imagine in the month of August, okay, so in the month of August, certain transactions completely omitted, completely skipped. Okay, so some transactions, let's say on 6th August, there was transaction cost was there 12,000, which is completely ignored by the user and it is skipped. Okay, so what we will do, let's say this is your salary. That means now salary total balance for this year, your total salary cost is, let's say, 50,000. This 50,000 does not include this 12,000. Okay, so we close the books of accounts and this 50,000 we transfer to your income statement in your P&L during internal audit. So when we are doing the audit or statutory audit, next year maybe or next quarter, whenever they found it. So in my case, assume that next financial year, that means in 2022. So when statutory audit is going on, so that time auditors found that this cost is not there. So this 12,000 is not at all recorded in the business. So as a result, what happened? Your cost is, salary cost is undervalued. It's supposed to be this much. It's not 50,000, it should be 62,000. As a result, your profit is overvalued. That means your profit is increased by 12,000, but actually it should be 62,000 as cost. But as this cost is not recorded, so your profit increased by 12,000. So now we want to add this 12,000 in the business. Now, unfortunately, right now we are in 2022. So how we will add this one? Right now we are in 1st April of 2022, let's say, or you are in 1st January of 2022. So how we will add this particular transaction? Books of accounts done, your all financial closings are done. What do you think, what we will do?
Special posting period.
Yes, so for that purpose we have special posting periods are there. That means after utilization of your normal periods we can use additional posting periods. So we have a buffer posting periods are there, maximum you can take 4. Okay, so maximum we can take 1, we can take 2, we can take 3, 4. My next question, how you are going to post these transactions? Right now let's say we are on 7th of actual date. Today's entry date is 7th of April. If I am following April to March, this is 7th of 22. If it is you are following Jan to December, let's say this is 4th of your Jan, but both are 22. Now what should be your entry date? Are we going to take this date as same as it is, or what we will do? So we are going to use the additional posting period. So that means it's not actually 12. We have additional 4. So we can take 13 to 16. It's up to business how many posting periods they want to use. So let's say they will assign this one 13 posting period for this suspense entries. Posting period will be 3. Okay, and what will be this date? Keep this one in mind when we will do the year-end activities. That time I will show you what should be the posting date when we are going to do the year-end adjustments. So now what we need to do, we need to define a fiscal year variant. As I said, you may use K4V3. Now if it is K4, then it is very simple. That means what will be your first period? January. What will be your 12th posting period? So that will be December. No need to do anything, just you need to check one option, then automatically system will understood that, yeah, you are going to continue with Jan to December. Whereas if you are going for non-calendar year, there you need to declare that what is my first period, what is my last period, all these things we need to maintain. So that means we will start with April, May, June, like this. So from calendar, April is 4th period. Okay, so this is your 4th period, but we are saying no, for reporting purpose, we are going to take this as first period. May is our fifth period. So this is your calendar and this is your reporting. So this is your fourth period, this is your fifth period, and this will be your second period. Like this, when we will take December, so December is 12th posting period, and this is our ninth posting period. Up to this, there is no issue because your system, I mean, your reporting period or reporting financial year and system calendar both are going parallelly because within the same year. But when next year, January, Feb, March. So system is going to consider this one as first period of next year. That means 2022. But we want, no, it should be 10th posting period of, try to get the concept, 10th posting period of 2021 because our year end is not happened here. Still we have 3 months are there. So this should be our 10th posting period of 2021. System will take this one 2nd of 2022. We want 11th posting period. Similarly, we want to take this as 12th period. So we have to do some adjustments. So it is known as your backward year shifting. Backward year shifting means user will enter the date as it is. So if the entry is related to 6th of March. So we are not going to change anything. Entry date will be there as it is, but automatically system is going to take this one step back because right now we are in 2022, but it will be reported in 2021. So that is why we have to do the backward year shifting. If we will consider this point as our 0 point, so these are your 0 points. 0 means no year shifting required. For this, we need year shifting. So that means it will be -1. So this will be -1 and this will be -1. So don't take -1, -2, -3. Otherwise, it will take 2 years year shifting. Okay, so if we take a timeline, so that means if it is your 0 line, if this is your 0, which is your December, then after that, whatever the months will come, this will come under your 2022. So we need to bring from 2022 to 2021. So for this April, March, sorry, January, February, March, we have to do this -1 so that it will be reported in 2021. But in case of calendar, all these settings are not required. Okay, so first we are going to define uh, this fiscal year variant. This is very common term you must hear here, like it is variant. What is the meaning of variant? Because now these settings, whatever we are going to do, it is not for a particular company code. Let's say we are having 3 company codes: company code 1, company code 2, company code 3. 3 company code we have. This one in India, this one also in India, this one in US. Now, India point of view, we need the fiscal year variant V3, April to March reporting. So I can assign this one. If we are going to configure our own, assume that V3 we configured. So then we can assign here. Also, we can assign for this second company code, you don't need, once again, you need to configure your fiscal year variant because the parameters are same. But for USA, you need to configure one more. So K4. Now you can see same financial year I can assign to two different company code. So that means it is flexible. It is not created at company code level. It is created at client level. So within the same client, whatever the company codes are there, if the requirement is going to meet, then we can assign the same financial year to multiple company codes. So that is why wherever you will find it is variant, that means it's variable. It is not at company code level we are going to doing the configuration. So after configuring, you need to assign it.
Pradeep, a quick question. Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so those special posting periods, you said we can only have a maximum of 4, right?
Yeah.
Um, so like, let's say it's a calendar year, right? The year ends in December and I have 4 more extra periods. So till April 2022. But let's say I found an issue in, I don't know, September 2022. By then my special periods are also over, right?
No, don't
Um,
count. This is January, February, March, April. Maximum you can take
oh,
four periods. So we have
okay,
13, 14, 15, 16. So these are not January,
right.
February, March, April. Okay, so
Oh,
this one we are going to assign. This posting period we are going to assign for suspense entries. Means any missing entries that we need to add. This one for
okay,
any stock adjustment. So all stock adjustment, whenever it will be there, that we are going to report in 14 posting periods. So for that
okay.
purpose, we are going to use. Okay, don't count month here.
Okay, understood. I guess when we do the transaction, I would understand better, but I got the concept. Yeah. Thanks.
Like for example, I don't need these two, so two is enough. Mostly you will find some adjustments related to inventories due to variance and all postings, some missing entries. So one or two periods are enough whenever you are going to, because normally audit will happen after closing books of accounts in 1 or 2 months. So within this 2 months,
Understood.
okay, so as and when, but let's say after 6 months, assume that you are doing audits after 6 months.
Right, right,
So
right.
whenever we got this missing entries, that time we are going to adjust it so that automatically our P&L and balance sheet will be adjusted.
Okay. So there will be a field in the document called posting period, and we
Posting
can change it.
in a document,
Let's say I'm entering an accounting document. Will it have a field to enter the posting period?
you are going to specify here the posting period.
Got it. Yeah. Okay. I guess usually it defaults from your date and I
Normally,
guess.
in case of 1 to 12, it will take automatically. But
Right.
whenever it will be year-end adjustment, you need to change it. Otherwise, it will report in the next financial year because current financial year is 2022.
So it doesn't matter what document date and posting date you put in there. It's the period that's the key then.
No,
That'll tell.
that period you are going to change manually, and document date definitely you are going to take the actual document date. If it is 6th August invoice, then document
Oh,
date will be 6th August.
okay.
And
Okay.
tricky point is what should be the posting period. Posting period normally it will come automatically. Suppose if I will post a transaction today, then posting period it will come automatically. See, I'm not going to do anything related to posting period. It is coming exact
So,
current date, today's date.
correct.
But in that
Correct.
case, current date will be 2022. So which is wrong. So then we need to change the date that we will see. What date should be we will take.
Okay.
But this
Thanks.
this
Yeah.
this one you need to change, and this one also you need to specify here. Like normally we don't use this particular T code, but you can see it is black. So that is why when you will use the adjustments or error adjustment, we will take this posting period. Otherwise, for normal posting, we will take this particular transaction code posting. Here you are not specifying any posting period, right? Nowhere posting period option is there. For
Right.
error
I think
adjustment,
I'm
we
used
will
to
use.
seeing this document. Yeah. Understood. Okay.
Okay, yeah. But don't count that it is 4 means January, February, March, April. After June, so when we are in May, then what we will do? So it's not like that. It is for which category, which period you are going to assign. So that should be reported in your blueprint.
Understood. Yeah. Thanks.
Okay, so now we are going to configure this part. So it will be there, financial accounting. And here you must be checking if you have already worked on the ECC or if you have idea on that. In ECC, or let me log into there. This is ECC system. Nothing related to you, just for your comparison. So here you can see two options are there. Financial accounting there and financial accounting new is there. Why in the S4 system, we don't have two options? Why only financial accounting is there? Any guess? Here you can see
Because
two,
it's
financial accounting.
new GL and old GL, and in S4 we just have new GL.
In this system, in EC system, we have the still choice. That means in this client, new GL is activated, but still we have the option we can use the classic GL. Whereas in S4, it's mandatory, new GL is mandatory. So without new GL, if you're not going to, let's say any customer will say, we don't want to activate new GL. Multiple functionalities, it's not going to work. Asset accounting is not going to work. The parallel accounting is not going to work. depreciation is not going to work. So that means here there is no choice, like whether we will go for new GL or we will not go for new GL. So new GL is mandatory. So that is why this financial accounting and financial accounting new is not there. There's only one financial accounting. So first option, financial accounting global setting. Ledger, but we will come to that later. Now expand it. So what we need to define? We need to define fiscal year and posting periods first. Maintain your fiscal year variant. Again, variant means it is variable. So I can create once and I can use it in multiple company codes, provided that if it is suit to the requirement. So already here you can see some posting period variants are there, maybe some created and some system delivered. So we are talking about, let's say we are going to use Jan to December. So one option, you can create your own, just click on new entry, specify your description and all. So that is one option. Otherwise you can use K4 also. This one very important. Once again, I will come to this screen during our year adjustment purpose, because here you can see multiple options are there. These offsetting options are there. Then we have year dependent options are there. First, create a normal one, use it. Once you are familiar with this concept, once again, I will explain what could be the other scenarios. So K4, this one I have not created. It is a system delivered. In every system, you will find K4 for your calendar year, and you can see this check mark is there. So once you will define here calendar year or check mark, so automatically system will get that you are going to take your first period as January and your last period as December. So how many posting period you want to take? It's up to you. So if it is 12/4, then we can take here K4. Suppose you want to know, we will take 12 to 12 and one posting period. So maybe you can create one finance period, just like you just click on new entry, take this one as X1. So this is my fiscal year variant. So that means I created this one. I will take this one as calendar year, but number of posting periods I will take 12, and this one I will take 1. So 12 posting periods and 1 special period. So all my transactions are enough. We can manage with 1, or let's take 2. So that is also fine. So in this way, we can save it. If it is calendar year, maybe year dependent will be there or it will not be there. We will see those scenarios. And this one is something new is there in your S4, which is for weekly point of view. If you are going to manage your periods weekly, so we will there. Maybe you just try it today. Maybe in our next session, I will explain this one. So I want like you should familiar with the normal concept. Then save it. So I don't want to save it here. Already we have K4 is there, so that you can use. In our case, it is April to March. So for that April to March also, one option is there. April to March reporting, it is not calendar year, but we are going to use 12 and 4 special periods. So if it is not calendar year, then we need to specify which period will be first, which period will be second, like that you need to define. So let's check this one. There is another one is you can see July to June. So when it is non-calendar, there is no standardization. Although there are multiple options are there, from system delivered options are there, but again scope is there. Maybe you can configure your posting period, or sorry, fiscal year variants as per the need. So let's take this V3. So in every system you will find this K4, V3, V6, V9 also. You can see October to September. So multiple options are there if it is non-calendar year. Now select, go to details. So here you can see that table is there. So that means from calendar, we are going to start with April. There you can define your days. Why the days is there? We already know like April is 30 days. Then why these days you are going to define? Any guess? Are you getting my question? April is always 30 days. Then why this parameter is there?
To define where you want to close your books on which date.
Yes. Let's say your company is saying that we are going to close our books of accounts every month. Normally it should be 30th in April, but we want to take, no, it is not 30th. It will be last Friday of that month. So if it is 26th, so then that days in that month it will be 26 days. Next month May, let's say it is 27th or 28th last Friday, so that will be 28 will be changed. So that means here your closing date or your days are not uniform. Like here it is 30 days, next one 31 days. So in that case, it is known as your year dependent. So there is one option was there. You need to check this one, year dependent. So every year we need to change it here, how many days are available, and accordingly we need to adjust, or the configuration or the support consultant, they need to adjust here what are the days, because they are following every month last Friday is the last working date. So their closing date is not 30th, it is the last Friday. So that is why these days options are there. So fourth month April 30 days, fifth 31 days, like this. And this is our first period. That means when user is going to post any transaction in April, system will consider this one as first period. Whether year shifting required, I already explained what is year shifting, not required. So that means from April till December, year shifting not required, because your this calendar and this calendar, your system calendar and your country's requirement or your statutory requirement point of view, your settings, both going parallelly. Both are in 2021. Whereas if we'll check the next month, January, February, March. So in January, February, March, it will be one step back. So this is known as your year shifting. Okay, so year shifting, like always take, if this is my 0 point, so this will be -1, one step back. If somewhere you will find +1, hypothetical I'm saying, there will be never, I have seen like +1, but if it is +1, then you will take, that means we want to take one step ahead, so that will be +1. But it is here -1, that means we are trying to back one step. Okay, so this is how we need to maintain here. Any question on this year shifting? If you are going to follow April to March, calendar year, very simple. Just you are going to do that check mark. In case of non-calendar, you need to maintain this one separately. Clear? Let's check that V6. So what is there? This is also non-calendar. So here we are going to start from, it is from July to June. That means our first period is July. So you can see here, the period is 7th from calendar, but it is our first period. Okay, so July till December, there is no difference. No year shifting required, but from January till June, year shifting is required. So same concept. Okay, so whether you are going to configure or you are going to use this one, system delivered, it's up to you. But there is no harm if you are going to use the system delivered. So in my case, I'm going to use V3 because it is going to fit to my requirement, that is April to March. So it is the configuration step OB29 where we are going to define our fiscal year variant. Next, as it is created at client level, so we need to assign this one to company code. So assign company code to fiscal year variant. So this is our company code, and here I'm going to assign V3. Fiscal year we define. Now next we will define the posting periods. That means different control parameters posting period. What is this posting period and why it is there? First, let me show you one entry so that you will get the idea. Okay, so right now we are in sixth posting period. I'm going to use example of one US company code, and I'm trying to post one transaction related to January, suppose. So I will take one date here. Let's say, so this date I will take also January. This one also I will change to 1. Now you can see one message is coming. Posting period 1 means January 2021 is not open. So being user, I'm not able to post any transaction. So basically this is one control parameter so that no user will post the transaction in any closed period. Closed period means it may be a previous period or it may be future period. Okay, so which one is our current period, which one is our closed period, that we need to define here. But before that, first we have to understand something called account type. Okay, account type. So what type of transactions you are going to post in the business? So we are going to post the transactions related to ledger. We are going to post the transactions related to customer, vendor, asset, material. Anything else is there? Five options are there. Ledger, so it is technically known as S, customer D, vendor K, maybe it is coming from German language. So asset A, material M. Now we want any transaction related to, for group reporting, if we want to have different fiscal year, local reporting, we have different fiscal year. In that case, we group reporting, can you speak like what is your requirement?
We have a company I mean for all the subsidiaries we want to have that is from different fiscal year that falls in different fiscal year, and for India it is different April to March. For group Tata Group, they have a different fiscal year. Like for a Tata Group, this is a company level, right? For group company, so for they have subsidiaries in US, India, like that. So
See,
for
I got your point. You are saying that, let's say a Tata Group, they have operation in India, so they want reporting, and for, let's say they have one of US company code and how they are going to manage it. So in
yeah.
that case, when you will go for this one, for every company code, you are going to assign your fiscal year variant. So US operation will be assigned with K4 and India operation will be V3. Whenever you are going to post any transaction, so in that case definitely new year is required. So whenever the transaction will be posted, it will be reported in both the periods. Same transaction will be, because here we are going to assign the leading ledger and non-leading ledger. So every
Okay.
transaction will be posted from group point of view, one document will be posted, and operation point of view, one document will be posted. So when we are going for a group reporting, we need group chart of account, and with that time we are going to run the report at company level, because group chart of account should be assigned to your company. So automatically same transactions will be posted. Like for example, if I am going to post a transaction, let's say assume that it is US transaction. So US transaction will be posted with, let's say today we are going to post the transaction. So today we are going to post the transaction 27 June. So it will be reported on sixth posting period as per US operation. So that means as per the
Yes.
leading ledger, it will be sixth posting period. So they will prepare their financial transactions, financial documents and reporting on sixth posting period. Whereas same document also we will have one copy that is on third posting period. This third posting period is related to group. What you are saying, that for group
Yeah.
reporting purpose, we will take this document here. So it will be assigned to your group chart of account. And when we will run the company level reporting, we will take this document. So without doing anything, automatically every document will be reported with multiple company codes. So for that,
Okay.
leading and non-leading ledger will be required, that we will configure. So additionally,
Okay.
no fiscal year variant you need to configure, because we never assign any fiscal year variant to company. Always fiscal year variant assigned to company code. So that is why this option is there.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so this is known as concept of parallel accounting. What I was explaining that time, I forgot. Huh. Suppose, what is our current period? I'm taking here base as April to March. Some, if you have Jan to December, accordingly, you can change this example as per your need. So we are trying to post the transaction today that is related to third posting period. Yeah, month end completed. Now we want to close June period and we will open the July period. So this, once we are in the first July, okay, so we are in the first July, so we will open this period and we will close this period because all the transaction related to June should not be posted. Simultaneously, we want to give 2 days buffer time to users to complete the receivable activities because there are some pending activities are there. So that is why customer point of view, when we will maintain the customer transaction, we want June should be open and July should be open. Whereas for other parameters, for other account types, only July should be open. Here no June should be open. So that is why we have different type of account type is there. Otherwise just you select one, so that is one, another parameter will be there, that is plus. Okay, so just we will maintain at plus level, that is valid for all. Okay, and we will just maintain that one plus, and we can control our parameters, so it will work. You can try in the system, it will work. But problem is when you have a different requirement, because sometimes it will be there asset point of view, this activity is depreciation not executed and all. So user is asking we need 2 more days to complete this activity, so only for that account type we want to open the period only for 2 days. After that we will close it. So if you don't have individual account types, then how we are going to manage this individual account type transactions? If you open June, that means for all account types it's open. If you close June, then for all account types will be open. So that is why the individual account types are there, so that we can manage it. So what is the need of posting period? To control different transactions, to control, not for report. For reporting we have already fiscal year defined, there we defined like we are going to take 1 to 12 posting periods. So to control the transactions, we have to maintain the posting period, so that user will not post the transaction in a closed period. Suppose user will say I want to post the transaction in the month of August, not possible because that is not the current period. So in every module, whether it is FI, whether it is CO, whether it is logistic, we have this posting period concept is there. The fiscal year variant concept is there. So we need to maintain the fiscal year variant and we need to maintain the posting period variant in each module. Right now we are configuring from the finance point of view. So first we define the fiscal year variant that we are using V3. Under this V3, we maintained 1 to 12 posting periods, which is non-calendar year, that is April to March. Then we are going to define the posting period parameters. And in this posting period variant, how many posting period variant I am going to take here? What do you think? How many is required? One. It seems like one posting period variant is enough, but as he just now said that one this type of requirement will be there. So it's up to how many ledgers you are going to use it. For the time being, I am creating two posting period variant. Okay, but I will assign one to my company code, other one I will keep it reserved, and in future once I will come to the ledger, that time we will use it. In fact, we need more posting period variants because we are going to use multiple ledgers here. Okay, so I'm going to create the posting period variant. Again, it's variant, that means configure once and use in multiple company codes. So whenever you will find the variable concept, so create once and assign to multiple company code.
Pradeep, can you give me an example why we would need multiple posting period variants?
For multiple ledgers, when we have leading ledgers are there, multiple accounting principles are there. For let's say company, US operation, they have India operations, they have, so with different accounting principle, local GAAP, IFRS. For that purpose, when they will go for multiple accounting principles, multiple transaction will be posted, ledger specific posting purpose, we need multiple posting periods. We want to control those transactions with a different period. Okay,
Okay,
so you will not
I
get
guess that
clarity now. Once I will come to
yes,
the topic, you will get it. So right now,
understood.
for the time being, you can say one posting period variant is required, but multiple required. So I'm creating as of now two. So I'm going to create two posting period variant. One I will, anything 4 digit you can take here. So I will take as 120. So this one we will assign to our company code. Okay, and this one I can say I will use this one for my leading ledger. Right now you don't know the leading ledger, just accept it. And I will create one more. This is A121. This will, I will not assign to company code, because for one fiscal year variant, you can, one posting period variant, you can assign to company code. So this one will not be assigned to company code. This will be for my non-leading ledger. Again, I will create one more for my extension ledger. So how to configure that? Here. Define variant for open posting periods. New entry, 4-digit, A120. So this will be my company code, leading ledger. Posting period variant, company code. One more. This one I will just keep it reserved. When it will be required, I will use it. Posting period variant. This is for my non-leading ledger. Or let me create one more also. A122. Posting period variant. This is for my extension ledger. So first step created, this transaction code is OBBO. Next one, we need to assign to company code. So I will just assign this one for the time being to my company code. Assign variant to company code. First step, create. Second step, you need to assign it. So here I'm going to assign A120. Third step, we will maintain open period and close period so that we can control all the account types so that no user will post the transaction in different posting period. OB52, third step, open and close posting periods. Specify your posting period. Okay, so here you can see multiple columns are there. First column is your account type. What type of account type we are going to use here? As I said, we have these 5 options are there and one plus that is going to control all individual account types. Okay, we will see the use of plus. Practice point of view, if we'll just maintain plus, then it is enough. We can manage the normal posting periods. So here I will take, if I want to open my current posting period, so I will take here 3, which is my 2021 third posting period, and I will take 3 here, 2021, then it is enough. But in this case, if this period is open, it is valid for all account types. So that is why in real case, you will find always individual account types are maintained, because always there will be requirement for one particular account type in some month temporarily for 1 days or 2 days. We need that period should be open. So always it is a good practice to maintain the posting periods for individual account types also. Now, with this also I can control my periods, but individual I can't manage. So that is why individual account types also we are going to maintain. Asset. Now, here you can see from account to account. So when we are going to create the GL, okay, so we have, it's asset. So we have machines are there, buildings, vehicle like this. So maybe we have accounts like 1000. Suppose we are going to take GL accounts. This is my 2000 till 2009, or let's say we have right now 20 or 200. Right now we are having this 100 GL masters are there, and this rule is applicable on this 100 GL masters. Let's say we configured it, we delivered. After that, they need 5 more GL accounts. So some more APC accounts are added. Now it is not 2105, it sorry 2100, it should be 2105. So are we going to change it here again and again as and when required? So that is why instead of specifying any account, we will leave this one blank, the lower limit as blank. Okay, so this one should be blank. That means whatever the starting point. If you are going to take the account as 1, then it is applicable on 1. If you are going to take the account as 100, so it is applicable on 100. And to account infinity. So here maybe you can use 9 infinite 9, or you can use Z also. So that means whatever the accounts, GL accounts will be there for this category of asset type or account type. So it is applicable on that. Similarly, for individual, is it for customer we are going to manage or for what? This account type is for customer. So which GL account you are going to take here, whether it is customer or anything else?
Customer account number is what we take.
No, we are not managing here for the subledgers. Customers are subledgers. Here we are managing only the ledgers. So it is your accounts receivable, reconciliation account, not for customers. Automatically under reconciliation, your subledger will be there. Maybe you have 1000 customers are there. So we are not going to control 1000 customers individually. That 1000 customer belongs to, let's say, 2 reconciliation accounts. One reconciliation account we are taking for our domestic customers, one reconciliation account we are taking for overseas customers. So those customers will be part of those 2 reconciliation accounts, and we are going to control those reconciliation account, not the customer. This could be one certification question. So whatever parameters we are maintaining here, it is not for subledger, it is for ledger. Similarly, in asset, we have 1000 assets may be there. Here we have not specified for assets. We have specified the reconciliation account for assets. Okay, not for
So,
individual customer, vendor, individual assets.
so these are all GL accounts that
All
are
GL,
linked to
not
those.
subledger.
Understood.
Okay, others, you are, if you are silent, I hope you are getting my points. Otherwise, these are the basic things, fundamental things. If you have any query, please raise your uh, query. So this one also I'm taking infinity because I don't know how many reconciliation accounts will be there related to customer. So customer done, then what other category? Vendors. Similarly, here we are not managing vendors. We are managing reconciliation accounts, that is accounts payable. So that means I'm just opening the current period, which is June. And if you'll follow calendar year, then it should be 6th. ADKMS GL. What is the need of plus? Or let's say if we will not manage plus, then what will happen?
I was about to ask you this question because if you maintained all for ADKSM, do you need that plus?
Still required, because plus is going to control this. If you understood this concept, let me go to a different company code, different fiscal variant, and let me try to post the transaction there. So clear this concept, why we are maintaining this all these individual account types? Is it clear, or any clarification required on this? I will come to this other part, but up to this, it is there. I mean, it is done.
Yeah, I'm good, but I also had the same question. Like you added plus in the front row, then why do you have to make? I thought plus
L-
means for all kinds of accounts.
let's go to a different posting period variant, and I will explain the same. Let's take C130. Okay, so this is one calendar year settings. That means Jan to December reporting. And here, let's say I will at plus level, I will take 6. Okay, and related to GL, I will take this one as 5 and 6. So what I did here, I opened two periods. Okay, so I opened two periods. GL, two periods are open. June, sorry, May and June, both periods are there open, but plus level only one period is open. So we will see how system is going to react. I will try to post one transaction related to, I will try to post one transaction related to GL for my previous period, and we will see whether system is going to allow us or not. So we will take date, let's say 25th. So this one I will take 5. Company code is different. Check the message. Posting period 2 is not open. Why 2? Here I'm using non-calendar. 1 second. Oh, it's a non-calendar year. Okay, let me change my settings. So it is non-calendar. Then in that case, it will. So 2 means I will take this one as 3. I thought it is calendar year. No, it's non-calendar. So 3 means June. And this one I will take 2 and 3. Okay, so once again, try to understand it. So plus level, only current period is open, that is June. Whereas individual account type, both the periods are open. So I suppose to post this entry, systems should allow me this posting, but it's, you can see it's not allowing. Now, are you getting the concept? Why this posting period is plus level, it is required?
So you can, it's an uncondition then.
No, it's a dual concept, dual control. Normally, who is going to or who is responsible for managing this posting period variant? I mean, posting periods, power users. Okay, so power user, they will have access to this part. Plus is assigned to the consultant. Now let's say power user means internal team, right? So end users, let's say one person is part of power user means manager. So manager, what they will do, they will try to open this period so that his user is going to able to post the transaction. So even if we are able to post the transaction for the individual account type, but it is not opened at plus level. So that is why system will not allow to post the transaction. So it is control at user level. End users, they don't have access to this one, but power users, they have access to this one. So even if they will try to open it, but still as it is not open at higher level, that means at plus level, still user will not able to post the transaction until unless it is not open from this end. Got it?
Right. So that's what I'm trying to say, right? So it has to be like, it has to be open in the plus, and it also
Both
has to
level.
be
It
open
should
in
be
the
open at
period.
both level. I just open here. It is now. Okay, now let's say it is approved by management, then consultant open it. Now if user will post the transaction, it is accepted. So you can see error is changed now. Okay, so it is
Yeah.
asking the account. So
Yeah.
that is why we have a dual control is there. Otherwise what happen? Otherwise we may don't need this one. Individual account type level we can manage, and it will be authorized to the power users. They can open it and they can post it. But whenever they will try to open anything without the approval of the consultant, so because anything consultant is going to do, it will be recorded. That means user is asking for 1 day the second period should be open, but internally what they will do, if this procedure we don't have or we don't have any control parameter, so they will open it and they will post the transaction, backdated transaction. So that is why we have second control is there.
Pradeep, so this control, is this something we can configure, or this is how this screen works, like by default?
No need to do anything. Plus is going to control all the individual account type. The moment you are going
No,
to
no,
add
no.
plus is applicable.
I,
Hello. I'm not getting your voice.
Sorry, I went into mute. So my question is, let's say I'm a power user, right?
Hmm.
I go to OB52.
Hmm.
What you're telling me is that I won't have power users, that plus thing will be
No,
disabled or something.
they don't have the authorization. It will be there in the display mode.
Right. So, I mean, is it how it is for every company, or is it a configurable
No,
option?
no, no,
Like,
no. It will, no, it will, we have a control module is there, GRC module is there. So there we will maintain all these control parameters. So which access to we will give to which user. So there we will
understood.
deactivate this option.
Okay. So we do have an option to control it. That's what I wanted to understand.
Yeah, it will be there. Like let's say company wants, no, we will give the complete access to our power user.
Got it.
So
Got
they
it.
will
Okay.
activate it.
Okay. Okay. Thanks.
Okay, so let's back to our OB52.
Pradeep, one more question.
Yes.
So these settings in OB52 we are doing with respect to our financial postings. So let's say we are trying to post any purchase order document. So do we need to set up any control for period including for material related postings as well?
You are trying to say if we are going to maintain any, you are trying
Other
to, I mean,
so
logistic transactions.
yes. So
So
let's say
yes,
that
let's say goods receipt, GR document. Okay.
yes, Pradeep.
Yeah. So in that case, in logistic also we have the period settings are there, which we will do. Otherwise, how we will control that one?
Right. That's what I wanted to know. Like,
Yeah.
is this the only single
These
place
are
where we are doing it, or
financial.
No, in logistic is also there, in controlling also there. So everywhere we have the period current. Okay, related to your question, if in logistic there is one posting period option is there or period maintenance is there, then why this M is there here, right? Because this is not material means related to logistic, then why it is available here?
Because you can buy goods, but you can't pay them. I don't know. Two controls.
If it is buy means you are posting a vendor already we have it. This one vendor, okay. See, if we are familiar with goods received, so the moment in logistic, we are going to post a goods receipt document or goods receipt activity. That time we are going to have one accounting document. So accounting document, this is, I'm just giving hints. Anyway, in integration, we will see this one. So there, let's say we are going to purchase stock, raw material account debit, and GRIR account going to be credit. This is your accounting entry. To control this accounting entry, we have this M categories there. To control the accounting entry, accounting means it is OB52 and that we are going to manage through M. But what about this one? For this, we need the logistic period. Okay, so to control this period, we need logistic settings. To control this accounting entry, we need this M category. Let's say logistic period is open, this one is not open, then system will throw the error. That means there is no issue from the logistic point of view, but with reference to that logistic, accounting document is not able to generate. Or let's say uh, accounting period is open, but logistic period is not open. So there also it is not going to work. So in logistic also we have that period. Suppose uh, here you can see. Okay, so let's say I will take one company code. Oh, sorry. Okay, so suppose in this company code, same company code we want. So you can see the period is open, what, 12th posting period. So last year 12th posting period is open. So here also logistic, we have the period maintenance option is there.
Pradeep, I had one question. Like, can you restrict only in days? Like the posting period, it is more open in month according to these settings. Can we restrict it to some days?
Days means?
Like backdated entries, what we allow, we can we restrict in some days only?
No, no, this posting period is coming from your fiscal year variant, whatever you configured. So as there we configured that posting period variant uh, monthly basis periodically. So third period means it is related to June. So here we are going to control June. If you are going to maintain in weeks, then here you can maintain the periods in weeks also. Days option is not there. Either you are going to take in months or in weeks.
Just for an example, like on 30th June I close my accounts, and for 4 days I want to keep that open till
No,
4th July.
that days option will not be there. So if you
Okay.
want to open 4 days, so that means you are going to open two. So posting period two is it's open.
Okay.
Okay. If you'll
Okay.
open a particular week period, so entire week will be open.
Okay.
Okay. Now what is this period two is applicable? Special periods. This is for normal period. So that means here we will take the current transactions we are going to control. So period 3 means it is June. So this will be your special periods. Suppose I want like anything related to stock we want to maintain. So you can maintain here 13. That is your which fiscal year. It should not don't take here 22. If we'll take 22, that means it will be applicable next year. So it will be 21 because accordingly we are going to specify our date and 13. So that means with this we have open special period. Anyway, right now it is not required. It is required when you are going to do the year-end adjustments. So related to our special periods, that too related to your inventory point of view. So we are going to manage this one through this special periods. Or let's say we want to manage through the GL postings, any GL related transactions. So we are going to maintain here the posting period, suppose 14. 14 we are going to use for suspense entries, and here we open the special periods. Then only we can able to post the special period transaction. Otherwise it is not possible. And here you can see one authorization group is there. Authorization group means it's not like every user will go for the year-end adjustment transactions. So it will be specified or only authorized people can post the year-end adjustments. So we can create in GRC the authorization group. There we can assign the user. Let's say user Pradeep is responsible for this special period transactions. So my ID should be assigned to there, and let's say group is created ABC. So you're going to assign that ABC. So only any user within that authorization group ABC only can post the special period transactions provided that period is open. So that is why the special periods are there. This period 1 for normal postings, period 2 for special period postings, period 3 something newly there in S4. It is not there in ECC. It is for FICO reconciliation. So once we will do that, that time we will update. Right now I don't want to confuse you related to this period 3. So let it be blank. In future during FICO reconciliation we will do it. Any question on fiscal year variant and posting period variant?
Uh, Quick clarification, Pradeep. So that authorization group, is it only for special periods or it's for?
Special periods. Yeah, you can see here it is only here it is there. It is not for general user. They can post any transaction provided that that period is open. For year-end adjustments, authorization group is required.
So um, does the same logic work with that plus line as well for special periods?
Yes,
As
pluses
in,
should be applicable. It's a general concept. It at plus level,
okay.
if it is not maintained, then it is not going to work.
Okay, so in this case, if you just save it as is, it won't work.
No,
Okay.
with this setting, it is not going to work. Plus level also, it should be open.
Okay.
Okay. Right. So this one anyway, right now it is not used. We are not going to use it. We are just going to use this one. So first we will do this one. Then after that, we will go for FICO reconciliation. Then during year-end adjustment, after closing your books of accounts, then only we are going to use the special periods. So these are the general settings for related to your fiscal year variant, related to your posting periods. In every company code, you must have these configurations. It should be there. I want to see whether these configurations, whatever is assigned, it is there in my company code or not. Okay, so there is one option is there. Viewing your global parameter, just go to OBY6 settings. It's already open, so I'm getting the lock from my ID only. But anyway, I can get the display option. Company code. So what is our company code? 120. So far what we configured the fiscal year variant. It is assigned. We configured the posting period. That is also assigned. So once we will keep on working on other areas, we will find automatically this will be updated. Or directly you can also assign here. I can also assign to here V3, or I can assign the posting period directly here, but that is not the right way, directly assigning from here, but we can do that. So far what we completed this fiscal year related settings. Ledger we will start in next session because it will take at least 2 sessions. Now coming to the document, control parameters related to document. So document concept is very general one. Whenever any transaction will be posted, not only finance, in logistic also. So whenever any transactions will be posted, as a proof of concept, system is going to generate the document. So it may be one or it may be multi, depends on what type of configuration you have and what type of application you are using. Already in the beginning overview point of view, we discussed the disadvantage with our EC system where multiple documents was there, multiple tables was there, right? So these are, we discussed that time. Now we are going to discuss that point here. So here we don't have multiple documents. You will get only one document, that is finance document, and only one table will be there. So let's understand the document. I'm going to take the same screenshot here, whatever we discussed. Now in this document, you will find, so whenever the transaction will be posted, you will find a document is posted. Just like your audit trail, when you are posting any, or you are recording some transactions, you have a voucher is there in manual point of view, if you'll try to understand. So similarly in the system also, the document will be generated and it is going to store in the AC docket table. Entry view is going to save in your BSEG table, and GL view is going to save in AC docket table. So right now you can see for this document, this is my entry view. So entry view header data, and this one is now not applicable. That time comparison point of view explain. So BKPF is there as it is. BSEG it is there as it is. But earlier, if you'll go to the GL view, so GL view is now part of your AC docket. So what is there in the document? This is my header part. So in header part, you can see document number is there. So that means we need to configure that one. Document date, while posting the transaction, user will enter, or it will come from any other application. If the document is related to logistic, then it will come from there. Posting date, always it will be the current date. We are not going to do anything here. And period, already we configured in which period you are going to post the transaction. So that is also coming automatically. Currency, we will configure that one. So these are the informations you will find in the document header. If you go to the GL view, then you will find the GL informations. How we are going to identify a particular document, because we are going to post millions of transactions in the system. So how we will identify the document? For that purpose, system is providing one particular tool that is known as your document type. You may post different documents or n number of document you are going to post, but each document will come under one particular category. So suppose I'm going to post a transaction related to GL. So GL means GL, what is the category? It is S. So the document type you will find S with one more key. Okay, so let's say SA. So this is your GL posting, and this is your document type. So what is the need of document type? To identify a particular business transaction. If we are going to post a customer invoice, so customer means it's D. Then after that, what type of transaction you are going to post? If we are going to post a customer invoice from finance, then it will be R. So this is your customer invoice, but this one directly we are adding in the system, FI system. It is not integrated one. If it is integrated one, then you will have RV. That is your customer invoice, but it is integrated with your logistic, means SD. So like this, you will find the list of document types are there. So what is the need of document type? One is your classification or categorization of your business transactions. So from the document itself, we can identify what type of document it is. If I will run one document list, okay, I want to see In this particular company code, what type of documents are there? So many documents are there, right? For different ledgers, so many document types are there. That means each document type should be there in the system so that we can identify the different document or different business transaction. This document is going to so this document type is going to control the document header. That means this header part is controlled by the document. Right now you can't see the document, which document type it is. We are not getting it. If you'll go to the header option, then you will get that document header. Suppose I will take one sample document from this list. Let's say this one. I want to see what type of document it is. So it is a GL account document, right? So from here we can identify the business transactions. You can see it is some bank related charges there. It is a BRS uploading. So that is why here you will not see any, we are getting the bank reconciliation reference, but that is a different thing coming from business transaction, but it is related to GL, I can see. But if suppose I will take here, let's say double I, that means it is asset related transactions. So that we can see here, it is asset posting. Similarly, if you will take any other document, suppose let's say this one. Okay, so this one is K means something related to vendor. So what type of vendor? It is a vendor payment. For every business transaction, there should be a document type is there, and from there we are going to classify the document, what type of document it is. So one is classification of your business transaction, then document controls the document header. So in document header, what fields we want to maintain, all this, it is going also we can control through document header. Then the important one, it controls the document number range. Document number means whenever user is going to post the document, every document should be assigned with a particular document number. Otherwise, when we will try to retrieve the document, how we will retrieve it? So each document should be assigned with a specific document number. Okay, and that document number we are going to control through this document header, or that is through document type. Now, what we need to do here? Do we need to create the document type? SAP is already providing all type of document types so that you can get it from the document type configuration. If you want, you can configure, but it is not required. Already we have the document types. See here. Define document types. Why two options are there? As I said, we have entry view and GL view is there. So that's why two options are there. Define document types. First option is entry view. Second option is ledger view. Right now, as I have not explained anything related to ledger, so let's check only this one. Define document type. Click here. So here you can see list of document types are there. Suppose we are trying to post asset, so automatically this document type will be used. Are we going to manually enter this document type? Not required. It is programmed with your transaction code. The moment you are going to specify or we are going to use one transaction code, automatically that document type will be selected. If we'll try to use any transaction code related to customer, then customer related document types will be there. So here you will find the list of document types there. No need to remember these document types. Once you will practice, you will get the familiarity, or you will be well versed with these document types. Let's take one document type. So it is a GL posting. So with this GL, what account type we can use? You can see all type of account types are allowed. So as it is GL, GL will be linked with all type documents. So GL is linked with asset, customer, vendor, material, GL. If you don't want to use anything, you can uncheck it, but GL always linked with everything. Similarly, if it is related to customer, billing document means it is integrated with SD. So here you can see everything is not linked. Customer can be used with asset for what purpose? If you are going to sell the asset, customer also linked with our customer. I mean, document type RV is linked with our customer definitely. Why it is linked with vendor? GL I can understand. Why the customer, this billing document is linked with your vendor?
We can sell him also anything. We can procure something from him. So
Assume that one party is both your customer as well as vendor. So in that case also, we can interlink this both the transactions so that we can settlement the due. Let's say one organization, XYZ Limited, you are selling the goods to them or you are taking the services from them. So that means you own the money from them and you owe the money to them. So in that case, we can consider that party as our customer as well as vendor. So that's why this option is there. If you don't want, you don't have a such type of requirement, you can uncheck it. But don't do anything, any changes in standard system. But in Office system, that can be managed. So some control parameters are there at document type level. We will see as and when it will be required. And another option is there, number range. I want to create some number range. So let's see first how this number range will be configured. So whenever user is going to post any document, system is going to assign one number range. Okay, so let me show you this one in a different company code, how this number range is coming. So let me post a simple document in a different company code. Okay, let's take this document. So this is my user screen where I'm going to post. Same we can use in Fiori also. This configuration is also applicable in our Fiori transactions. Okay, so I will just select here a date. This is my invoice date. Nowhere you can see the document type is linked. I can't see the document type, but if I will go to the header, I will get that option. So I will just select here one account. So let's say I selected one account here. Let me take the first one. Okay, so this is my debit and this is my credit. And to post this accounting entry, what is required? The period must be open. Then only we are able to post the transaction. So this is my credit. Now I'm getting here the posting period 3 is not open. Okay, so that means I need to open that period to post the transaction. Let me check why that period is not open. Still we are in 3, right? So okay, this is another setting. So we will come to next this one. Let me put here something. Okay, so all the informations are added, my debit information, my credit informations, I want to post it. So the moment I will post it, you can see one number we are going to get. So from where user will get this number. For that, you need to configure this document number range. Okay, now I want to see this document. So this is the document. Just now we posted. And if you go to the header, you can see for what transaction code we use, this particular transaction code we used. This is the document type we have used, but where I selected the document type from the T code. The moment you are going to select here a B50, then automatically this document type will be picked. But if you want to manually use a document type, we have another posting parameters is there. Once I will come to the end user part, that time we'll see. So that means this T code and document type are linked together. So I posted this document and I got a document number here. Now what informations manually I entered? I just entered this date. That's it. Period automatically come from our configuration. Fiscal year also automatically it is coming from our configuration. Currency also automatically coming from our configuration. It's not only one currency is coming. You will find here multiple currencies. Although we have not configured the currency part, but depends on your configuration, it will be there. Okay, so I can report this one in my group currency. It is there. Okay, group currency. One second, why it is not coming? Yeah. So it is there in my group currency. So my group currency is USD. So you can see it is there in USD. I can also display in other currencies. It is in GBP. With a single transaction we posted and we have various informations are there. So everything we need to configure in the backend so that user can use these informations. So this document number we need to configure. Now, what type of document type we are going to use? We are going to use all type of document types. So let's take one sample. Let's say we want to post a GL transaction, which is linked with your document type SA. So this is your GL posting. From where we are going to get it? From system. And we are going to assign a number range. This is how I use to maintain the document number. It's up to you. Whatever you want, you can name it. So this particular document number, I want whenever any GL related transaction will be posted. So system is going to allocate a number from this. It is known as your internal posting. That means system is going to allocate. If you want no, user will specify a number, then that will be known as your external postings. But it will be very difficult to manage the documents with external number. Otherwise what happen, user every time will check what is the last document is posted from NR status, then the user will assign the document. So millions of records were posting, so it is very difficult to manage the document with external status. So it is always preferred for document posting, go with internal. How you want to manage your document numbers? It is for a particular financial year, or just you will open it for multiple years. So if I will take no, this will only for 2021. So that means for 2022, once again, we need to configure the number range, but all the detailed configuration is not required. In year-end process, we have some activities. Once we will do it, automatically we will get the number range. And it is a good practice to maintain your number range year wise. Suppose I will take year 99. That means this number range is applicable for all years. So what will problem will be there? Whenever you will try to search a document, suppose we are trying to search a document 1005. Now 1005, when we are trying to search, you don't have any criteria to sort the year because you have not specified the year. So system is going to take much time to process the data. First option. Second option, once you consume this number range, then what we will do, because the same number range you are going to use with multiple years. So that is why it is good option, specify your fiscal year 2021 or whatever the year. Next year, once again, we will create the number range. Okay. Next question, how both will be connected? This one I configured. I want to assign this number range. This one we are going to get it from the system. So both should be connected with each other. So that is why there is one number option is there, number range option is there. So both will be connected with each other. In each document type, you will find a number range option. So if we go to our current document type, see, you can see one number range there. So we are talking about GL 01. So that means when consultant will configure the number range, he will assign here instead of SA 01. Means this number range is applicable to SA or wherever it is applicable. Suppose 01 I'm maintaining. I have, let's say, DR KR. Means customer invoice, vendor invoice. I want to use the same number range for all the document types. These three document type, I want to use the same number range. Just simply assign this one. So one number range is enough for all type of document types. Maybe training point of it will work, but in real case, it will create problem because it will be very difficult to identify the document, because 10,000 series applicable for GL, 10,000 series for applicable for customer, vendor, and how you are going to manage it. And very soon you are going to consume your number range. So that is why it is always good option to maintain different number range for different document types. So I'm trying to create one number range. How you can create the number range? One option, come to the document type screen and here you can create. This is one option. Other option, this one, document number range. Configurations T code is FBN1N. So where we will get the your T codes? One option is you can remember it. Otherwise, you just activate here. See, OBA7. So last 4 digit. That is your transaction code. We want to define the number range. This one. Sorry, not this one. This one, first option, FBN1. So here also you can get the transaction codes. So I will create the number range. So when we are creating the number range, system is asking the company code. That means this is not variant principle is applicable here. This is only we are creating for this company code. Okay, so this number range is not applicable for other company codes. 3 options are there if you want to display, create NR status. NR status means which number range is already used. Like just now in our one company code, I posted one document 10005. So if we go to here, 10003, just now I posted. So you can see this number is updated here. So that means from the document list 10,000 to 10,999, already we consumed 3 documents from this number range. So that is the number range status. If you'll maintain external number range, then user will come here first. They will check the number, what number is used, then he will assign the 1,444. So tedious process, not possible. So better we will go for internal number range configuration. So we will create first option is number range 01, as if we are using here SA, but it's not SA, it's the number we are using. For which financial year? So that means for GL posting, we are going to use 1 4 times 0 to 1 4 times 10. So here it will accept 10 digits. So that's why system added some more zeros here. If you want to take, you can take 1 9 times 9 also possible. If you want to take external, then activate it. So it will be external. So at the time of posting the document, user has to specify the number here. Okay, so in this document number field, user has to enter the number manually. Then only system will accept it. So we will not go for that option. Customer vendor you can manage with external, but document don't never go for external. So one number range created. So time to time, we will come here and we will add all the document type, but in implementation, it's not like one by one, we will add the number. So at a time, we are going to add all the numbers for all the document types. So for the learning point of view, we will see for every transaction when we will post, which document type is applicable and which number range is required. Just for sample, I just added one document number range, which is for your general GL posting, which is your 01. Okay.
Pradeep, one question here. So this number ranges, are we, is it the consultant wish to put up the number ranges, or this needs to be discussed with the business and analyze like what number ranges should be?
You made everything you may discuss with them, but it should be configured. Like obviously they want to whatever the number is they want to take with each document type, they can get the input, or they will provide the input. You can use that one.
And let's say that for like last fiscal year, whichever number ranges we've used, so are we going to, can we use the same number
Same, yeah,
ranges?
you can same. Like for example, let me show you some company code. Uh, let's say, is it there? Yeah, you can see this 81. If you follow, like here I'm using 81,000 to 8,999 for 2020 and 21 also I'm using the same. Okay, but it's not
Oh,
required every time we will create manually like this, how we created. So we have a copy option is there. OBS2 transaction code you can use. Just copy from the previous year, whatever the configurations we have, just copy it automatically. This number range within 2-3 seconds, you will get those number range.
okay.
Now coming to line item segment of the document. So header part we completed. So in header part, we defined the document type and document number, but still currency part we have not yet configured. So what we configured this fiscal year period, then we configured the number range and the document type. Now coming to posting keys. So here you can see some technical informations are there. Posting keys means like we have the document types are there to identify the business transaction. Posting keys are there to control, to identify which account is debited and which account is credited. Which account is debited and which account credited. So it controls the line items. Document type controls the header part. Line item controlled by the posting keys. So where you will get the document type in the transaction code OBA7, where we will get the posting keys in OB51. So the list of posting keys, you are going to get it from here. Again, system delivered posting keys are fine. You can use it. Here it is. Define posting keys, the transaction code OB41, OB41. For individual account type, individual posting keys are applicable. For example, if you are going to post a customer invoice, that means customer is going to debit. So you can see posting key 01 being used. But if it is GL, then it is 40. Same debit concept, but it is 40. GL account debit means 40. If it is asset, then it's not debit, it's not 40, it's 70. If it is material, then it is 89. Okay, so you can see here. So as per the account type, the posting keys will be used. Do we need to remember? Not required. The moment he will post the document, automatically this posting keys will be linked with your document through the T code and through the programs. So posting keys also no need to remember anything. Automatically in once you will select it, so whether it is a debit entry or it is a credit entry, that there it will be there. But whenever you are going to do any account determination, that means we want when we are going to perform this activity, so this debit and credit entry will be posted. So that time you need to specify your posting keys. Like the moment GR will be processed, we want this material account should be debit and this GL account should be credit. Now, here also the posting keys are applicable, but who is going to post this entry? No one is going to post this entry. So this is not a manual entry. It will be automatic posted in the system. So there we need to specify along with your posting rule, we need to specify the posting key. So here what posting key we are going to use? It is material. So material means it is 89. This one is not GL. It is related to GRIR. So it should be 96. So already it is there. Only thing is from this list, we will pick and we will apply in our configuration. So 89 stock will be debit and another one 96 GRIR credit. So that along with your rule, these posting keys will be used. But whenever it will be a manual posting and it is linked with T code. So that means there is scope is there. User will specify their posting key manually or you will make it automatic so that user will do something automatically. This configuration will be. So it can be configurable. It can be manual also. So whenever it will be manual, user will select it. If it is automatic, then automatically it will flow. But the concept is same. Posting key is going to control your debit and credit. It basically it controls the line item. Another point is there, it controls the field settings. But before that, first I will explain the field settings. Clear? The posting key, just like your document type. Okay, so what is this field settings? Again, I will show you one user transaction, then we will see. So I'm trying to post one document here. Okay, so I selected one GL account. And let's say I selected this GL account. And I will post a credit. So the moment I will select here debit, you can see system is going to pick 40 from the posting key. If I will select credit, it will take 50 because why 40 and 50? Because in this list related to your GL debit entry and credit 50. Okay, so I'm finding that this entry is good. Now I am trying to post it. Okay, so the moment I will post it, you can see some message is there. Until unless I will not enter some more informations, I'm not able to save it. I'm not able to post it. Okay, so we want whenever user is going to post a GL account, if it is 1001, I don't know what is that GL account. So user has to select one cost object. So I need to enter a cost object. So that cost object, what that we need to specify. So that means we want a particular field should be mandatory, optional, we need it or we don't need it. It's something like when you are filling the form, some red asterisk fields are there. That means those are mandatory fields. User has to enter those informations, otherwise we can't save it. Exactly same parameters. Okay, so if I will enter, it is asking me CO object. If I will enter the CO object, although it can be also, we can make it automatic, but in this case, it is not automatic. So I will select this cost center manually. So I selected, let's say this cost center here. Now that error resolved, it is asking me Like I need to enter a value field because this is a different type of account. It's not a cost account, it's a bank account. So for that bank account, it is asking me a value date because that is configured here. Now it is good. Okay, so the document is posted. So we want, sorry, you're asking anything? If you don't have any question, please keep in mute mode. So we want any field, how it is, like how it is required that we can manage, but it is practically not possible. Every field we want to control like this. So that is why we have some tools are there that is known as your field status variant. Field status Field status variant. Again, variant means configure once and assign to multiple company code. So under this field status variant, we are going to have multiple field status groups. If it is related to customer, then some group should be there. If it is related to asset, some group should be there. So groups controls different fields. Okay, so first we need to create the field status variant. Under that field status variant, we should have multiple field status group, and at group level, we want a certain fields should be mandatory, or it is required, or it is optional, or we don't need it, we want to hide it. So anything you want, you can play with these fields under this field status group, and it controls the different fields of a document. This is a very common concept. Multiple times we are going to use it. Tools will be different, but the concept is same. This time we are trying to control the fields of a document, of a accounting document. So where we can do that? Your field settings. So field settings where transaction code OBC4. So you will find here. So some field parameters are there. No, this one. Define field status variant. If you don't want to configure your field status variant, you can use this one, system delivered field status variant. Just use assign with your company code. So whatever the logic is applicable here. So that is also rule. If it is your office system, maybe you can do that. But in practice system, if someone is going to change something here, then that is also applicable in your case. So that is why we can also create our own field status variant. So how we can do that? We will copy from the standard. Okay, so let's say I will copy here. It is there. It is not standard. I created earlier. So I want to copy this one here. So select. Okay, but what is there in under this field status variant? You will find under this field status variant multiple field status groups. Different field status groups are there. So let's copy it first. Select, click on this copy option. Take a different name. So I will take this one A120. Field status for. Click enter to copy. You want to copy a particular group or you want to copy all? All. So 47 groups copied. Now let's see what is there. So here you will find different field status group, which system delivered groups are there, and whatever necessary changes required, it is we can do that. Suppose I want whenever user is going to post any document, okay, if it is related to SGL, I want like the text field should be mandatory. So until unless text will not be applied, the user can't able to post that entry. So where you can see this one, general, it's not specific to any particular category, business category, it is general. So go to the field status. Here you will find the fields. So if it is general, then you can see here three options are there. Right now it is given as optional. I want to make it required. So whenever we are going to post any document related to GL, normal GL, that required field, the text field will be required. That time we are getting the error related to cost center. Okay, so what is cost center? YB04. So definitely there this cost center field should be mandatory. So where you can see this, you can see this on account assignment. So here cost center, maybe a different field status variant we are using there. So it's showing cost center is optional. I want to make it required. Okay, so like this, you can control your fields. Some control parameters SAP is providing. If this is the document, then like for example, when I was trying to post a bank entry, system keep on asking me the value fields. So where you can see the bank entry, see this is bank account. So it is related to payment. So payment transaction, see value data is required. Yes, value data is required. So it is system delivered. But if you don't want make it value field option, you want to make it optional, you can do that. You don't need this field, just suppress it. So that field will not reflect in your screen, but it will not removed. It's just suppress. It will be in hidden mode. So as per your need, you can play with these fields so that your different fields option will be applicable in the document. Okay, so once you will explore this part, you will get some more clarity how these fields are applicable in the document. But next question, are we going to post, are we going to enter somewhere this field status group in the document? Nowhere we are going to post it. So we will see once we will create the GL master. We just created the field status variant and we will assign that to company code. And this field status groups we will apply in our GL master. So that time we will see, because there is no direct relationship between your field status groups with your documents. Because when you are posting any document, so in this document screen, nowhere we are going to enter the field status group, but the rule is applicable here. So once you will select your GL account, then only the field status group will be applicable. So that we will see once we will create the GL master. So I created a field status group or field status variant. So under this field status variant, we have multiple groups are there, and we will use these groups as and when we will post the document.
Pradeep, quick question. Um, how can we identify which group is, I mean, let's say all I want is in my document, I want to make cost center optional, right? Like in the previous scenario. How do I know where is that cost center? There are
Field is
so
there.
many.
Your question is how I will know like where that cost center field is appear in my group, right?
Correct.
So that is already groups are there. Okay, so first of all, you need to identify what type of field we are looking. We are looking here the field as cost accountant. So definitely it will become here. Then you need to see where it will come. Let's say first I
Yeah, I
tried
mean,
with general
I
data.
guess my
It's not,
question was, how do I even identify that first step? I mean, I got this piece. This piece
you
kind
need
of
to
makes
explore that
sense.
and there is no solution. Like
Okay, okay. Just making sure there's no.
yeah, no, there
I
is
mean,
no
I can't
solution
press an
where you can
F1
find
on.
that field. So it is there in the additional account assignment. Additional account assignment is nothing but when you are going to post a line entry. In line entry, some basic informations are there. So when you are going to post this transaction, these are the basic information. But if you go to the right side, you can see these are the additional informations that is required or may not required. In every document, I don't need the cost center, but in every document, I need a debit entry, I need a credit entry. So those are mandatory informations. So that is why it is there in the additional account assignments.
Yeah, Pradeep, I have a question regarding this fiscal year variant.
Mhm.
I was asked this question like I have two company codes, one with different fiscal year variant and one with a different fiscal year variant, and he wants to merge both the company codes. One, I mean, first company code he has April to March, and second one he has January to December. So he wants to match that second company code to the first
One
company
second.
code.
Let's say, first of all, ask the question when with the topic. Otherwise, we will deviate from the current topic. So
Okay.
company code, because every time asking if we have query, please raise. Okay. So this is company code 1. What you are saying that it is
That
April
is
to
having April to March.
April to March. So
Second
company code 2, it is Jan to December.
Jan to December. He
Now what
wants
you want
to,
to
I
do?
mean, he wants to acquire this company code to company one, like he wants to merge both, like these periods he wants to convert to the first one, first company code. He acquires the second company and he wants to
Okay, let's say
do the
let's say this is an Indian company and this is US company. India
yeah,
company acquired the US company. Now you want,
yes,
what you want to do, you will change this
he
to
wants
April
to
to March.
merge, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
can we do that? Is it possible? Because it is as per their legal requirement. In India, if any company will show, we will pay income tax as per, we will follow our income tax assessment year as Jan to December. Is it possible? Not possible.
When he asked me that question, like
In
means
interview,
can yeah, in interview I
in
will
interview,
ask
a
this
lot of
question.
tricky questions will be there. So that does not mean that first you think logically, what is the business requirement? Okay, so in this case, you are saying that we acquired this company and now we want to change this one. Instead of we will follow
Yes,
Jan to December, as it is acquired by Indian company, so we will take this one April to March. You can do that, but provided that your company, your country will permit, because it is completely as per your statutory requirement. Controlling point of view, we can do that because controlling is completely report to internal management, but finance is completely as per your statutory requirement. So as it is required, statutory requirement point of view, we are doing this one. You can't change it. So that is why we have the ledger concepts are there. Parallelly, we are going to use this one with leading ledger. This one we will use with a non-leading ledger. But here no way we are going to change this one from Jan to December to April to March, because anyway we are going to furnish the balance sheet. As it's a legal entity, we have to furnish the balance sheet with that their company law, as per their company law. Okay.
again this one regarding this posting type, I mean posting key and document types, I mean is there like posting key, can we create any custom
You
posting
can
key
do
and
that.
custom?
You can do that.
Okay, so in which scenarios he has asked me?
You can do that. So here, like suppose one post. First of all, we will not go for system delivered posting keys. So in case of reference document, we used to create different posts. In case of accrual deferral, we used to create posting document types are there. Or anytime system is business is saying that we will go for derivative documents. We want to use our own document types. So free to use. So new option is there. You can create your. So suppose you want to create your own document type, just click on new entry, whatever you want to use, then specify your account type. So we can use it. Basically, we are using for accrual deferral multiple times. We are we are using it for reference documents that we want to we use. We can create it. So there is no restriction. You can create your SAP suggesting use my posting document types and posting keys. But if business is asking, no, we will use our own document types, free to create. There is no restriction.
Like if we create custom posting key, like how does the system know this is a debit and this is a credit?
Yes. In that case, you need to map with through the ABAP program, through the custom code. Because right now your posting key 40 is linked with your FB50. Now, instead of 40, we want to use, let's say, something 11. Now, 11 should be debit for your GL posting. So that should be through the ABAP program. We can change the ABAP program. So instead of 40 posting key, we want to use 11.
Okay.
So everything is possible, whatever you want, but all these things are not required. Even in implementation, also real implementations, we are using the same document types and same posting keys. Some instance, like as I said, derivative rule, we want to apply, we or whatever the derivative documents will be there. So that we want to link with our new document types, because in COG splitting it will come. So that time you can use it. So you can create your own document types. And posting keys, I never seen to create any posting keys in implementation. Document type, couple of scenarios will be there where we can create. Otherwise, here also new option is there. You just click on new entry and specify your posting keys. Then posting keys are ready. Okay, suppose whatever the fields you want to control at posting key level, that also you can maintain here. So at posting key level also we have the field controls options are there. So some we can maintain here also the same parameters you are going to get here. Difference is whenever you are going to assign your field status group controls the entire things. whereas posting keys controls the line items only. And whatever the rule you applied field status group, so that is going to replace your posting keys. So that's why if you are managing your field settings at posting, here also you can see exactly it is there. All the fields options are there. But if you have maintained, and this is client level. So let's say for one company code, we want cost center is mandatory. In another company code, cost center is not mandatory. So then don't maintain here at cost center posting key level, because if you are using 40 in both the company code, then it will create the problem. So that is why always it is a good practice. Control your fields at field status group level, not at posting key level. But let's say we have only one company code. So in that case, you can manage also through posting keys. Maybe you don't need field status group, because all posting keys also control the field status groups. I mean, sorry, field settings.
Okay.
Okay, so but again, you need to map this one with our transaction code, then only it will appear. Okay, back to the topic. What we are doing? Oh, yeah, we supposed to assign field status variant to, yeah, this one. So we define the field status variant, then we need to assign to our company code. Okay, done. Clear this one? So far what we completed: fiscal year variant, posting period variant, field status variant, then document concept and review point of view. GL point of view we have not seen. So these many things we have completed. Another parameter is there, that is your tolerance. Tolerance means when user is trying to post any document, can I post a document? Do I have authorization to that? If I have the authorizations, like what extent I can post it? Let's say my authorization is I can post any document up to 1 lakh. If it is more than 1 lakh, then I'm not authorized to post it. But I can enter it, I can save it, or I can park it. My manager will post it. So for a control parameter, we have the authorizations are there. Okay, so when we are saying authorization, you have an authorization at document level and at line item level. Okay, so that means if you go to the document, here you can see total debit and total credit. So in each line, what is the limit? And in entire document, total of debit and total of credit, what is the limit? Because we have different type of users are there. Like for example, entry level users, then team lead, another one manager. So that's why we are going to categorize this one. If it is a high value voucher is there, so it should not be posted by the user will just enter it, user will park it. So here you can see the park option, user will park it, then approval is required. So it will go to the manager through the workflow. Manager will accept the document. If everything is fine, manager is going to post it. So there are two users will be there. One, it will be parked by someone, and it is posted by someone. So that control we can maintain here through the user tolerance, OBA4. So where we can see that tolerance. Okay, so first step is username, whatever the login username. Okay, SAP login username and with your group. So whatever the username, suppose username Pradeep and group is ABC. So let's say this group is created. I will not create the group because I'm using this one for multiple company codes. Then define tolerance group for employees. New entry, assign that group whatever you have created, because in one company code multiple users will be there. Some users from ABC group, some users from XYZ group, some users from any group. So whatever the rule you are going to apply, that group you are going to assign. So let's say group is ABC, then company code, and here you can see two options are there. Amount per document, suppose I will fix here 5 lakhs. So if document value is 6,50,000, then I am not authorized to post the document. And in line item also, we are open items account means in line item also we can fix. That means if a customer invoice more than 1 lakh, vendor invoice more than 1 lakh, I will not able to post it. Okay, so here I just entered two parameters. So in any document, when I'm saying document, it may be anything. So in any document, I can't post more than 5 lakhs in any particular open item. Means all your receivables, payables, assets, any open item should not be more than 1 lakh. Should not be posted more than 1 lakh in any line item by me or any user from this group. So that also we can maintain. Some old fields are there. It is related to
Like
your
one
receivable,
side,
payable. We will see.
currency. Where is the currency? We
What?
have given only the amount. Amount per document we have given 5 lakhs, right?
This
So
is your currency,
yeah,
company code currency.
okay.
This is your currency. Okay, so these areas right now it is blank. During customer receivable, payable, we will do it. So I just entered here the document and line item. That's it. Group, if you want to maintain, you will maintain that. But practice point of view, even if you are going to create group, it is not going to create any difference because you are only going to use your company code. But in real case, different groups will be there. Okay, so under these groups, different users will be there, and user wise or not user wise, group wise, we are going to maintain the parameters because in company code, multiple groups will be assigned. Okay, so with this, we have completed all the basic settings related to our finance. In every project, these are the mandatory settings you will find. Maybe some difference will be there, but these settings will be applicable. And it is nothing related to business process. Whether we need document type, always yes. Whether it is US project, UK project, India project, domestic, whatever it is, we need the document type, we need the field settings, we need all the basic settings. It's not related to any business process, and you can say these are the mandatory settings. We always need it. Okay, so you need to complete this much before your next session. In next session, we will start with first the GL, which is very, very important. Ledger concept, currency, and all these settings. Then after that, we will complete some configurations like chart of accounts, your GL groups and all. Then we will see the posting point if we will see. So Saturday, coming Saturday, we will do the entire session. We will do the GL and currency settings.